Hello everybody, this is DLU here with another short question. A set of questions which are not infrequently asked is, where are the servers at? Specifically in terms of features. In this video I'm going to go through that for DLU's current state. So, during Alpha 2, DLU embarked on a rewrite which has been ongoing to this current winter testing phase, with no entries in the changelog to give us hints as to its progress, and so it was pretty much anyone's guess as to how much they've rewritten. We can now guess, roughly, where the server stands, however, based on the recent winter testing events. In general, I tend to keep things in the order across which one would come to them in a playthrough, because that lets me keep track of features more easily, but I want to clarify that features such as missions or quick builds are not implemented on a world-by-world basis or a sequential basis at all. So, when you make them work in one world, you make them work in all of them. So, you wake up in the Venture Explorer. That guy whose name I'm not certain about, but it might be Jet Moonshot, tells you to press shift to talk to him. Firstly, this is a mission. This is the first mission in the game. Would we see Jet? Yes, we would. Object spawning from the game files is implemented. Otherwise, we wouldn't have anything like the worlds we have seen in the winter testing. Would we be able to interact with him, however? This is uncertain, because nowhere in the winter testing was I ever actually able to take part in a mission, and I know that CDM Pants, when he was creating his world, didn't even bother asking about whether or not he could add missions to his world. Perhaps Neil did. I didn't actually get a chance to test his world, sadly. But that implies to me that missions probably aren't working at the moment, but are scheduled to be soon, because it's knowledge DLU definitely has and has existed in the community for quite a while. Even Jailus has missions. You then walk around. If you're a completionist, you go for the plaques and the binoculars. Both of those work, although I think they're relatively basic and possibly completely client-side once they've been spawned in their operation. However, they do both work. You might check your achievements, and you would notice that you're filling out the bars on your passport. You continue to walk down to try and unlock your imagination, smashing a few crates along the way. Smashing items does work, and does yield drops, although a particular smashable did drop a white top hat that's become something of a meme amongst the testers, because we're pretty certain this one single smashable in Frostspur is not meant to drop a top hat. You're pleased to see this. No imagination yet though, because you haven't unlocked it. Next up, you reach Bob, and of course there was no way of unlocking your imagination during the winter testing. It wouldn't really have fit in any of the worlds, so that does sort of make sense. But there was a more important reason as to why this wasn't there by default, which is that quick builds have yet to be implemented. And a side note that I didn't actually realise when writing this script, but imagination was dropped from things we smashed in the game. I'm almost 100% certain that imagination is not meant to be dropped until you unlock it, which pretty much implies to me that basically they haven't fully implemented unlocking imagination at this stage, because something seems to be not right there if the imagination was being dropped. However, you would have leveled up at this point, and it's important to note that levelling up was working, although throughout much of the testing there was a glitch where you would appear to receive double the XP and it would only return to normal after you've relocked. At this point you've actually completed some achievements too, and you find they're working pretty much as normal. From here on in, nothing actually requires new stuff until after the Sky Lane mission, when you get given the rocket parts and are told to build your rocket. Modular building definitely has some issues at the moment. Last I checked, you couldn't escape by pressing the X button and just sort of remained trapped in limbo until you relogged. This is entirely taken from trying to modular build a race car in Frostspur, but presumably the majority of the tech used for modular building is the same as those used for the modular building you'd have for rockets. The last thing I can discuss are enemies, because people did spawn some in, although I sadly didn't come across any. They were attackable and smashable, dropping the correct drops by all reports, but with no attack AI, and had some issues with respawning with a health of 1. I seem to remember that respawning in with a health of 1 was a problem that Jailus experienced when they didn't remove the objects correctly after they were destroyed, meaning that whilst the server could detect when something was destroyed and drops would work, the object would continually respawn with 1 HP, which isn't too shabby if you're trying to grind a dragon. The final point I'd like to add is that I wonder if DLU are sort of forcing themselves into a position where they need these rewrites much sooner than they could. By promising things like the winter testing event, they forced themselves into a hole with the deadline, and need to get things up and running quickly for it. I'm wondering if that's perhaps a reason why DLU seem to do more rewrites than perhaps other servers. it's just a personal theory, but I know for a fact that literally the day of the winter testing they were still actively working on repacking the edited client files. I can't imagine you can set deadlines like that for yourselves without any negative consequences to the project as a whole. Just a personal theory though, and I have no evidence for it. And because I've been missing stuff out recently, I also missed out some stuff from this video. Firstly, some people reported the fact that the fans in Frostburg worked. I haven't seen this personally, and they didn't for me. Also, I didn't see the same snow effect load in Frostburg that I got when I glitched Frostburg into, I think it was LCDRU once. And my last note, quick note to add for this, is that vendors weren't working in the winter testing. All in all, you know the drill. I say this at the end of almost every video, except I think I actually forgot it in the last one of these videos. But like and subscribe to the developer channels, which are in the description of this video, and I will see all of you around for another video. I've been Ninja. Thanks for listening.